Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, cool. So I think we're live. Can everyone hear us? I think yeah, the levels are fine. How is everyone? Hi YouTube, hey Twitch, hi Mixer, hey Mixer. How is everyone? Cool. So today you've got Matt and you've got James, community manager, and James programmer. James is our one of our programmers here. So today what we're going to be doing is a bit of community call. Which I know there's been a lot of sort of anticipation for it. We sort of stopped doing it as in the lead in to launch just because it took a lot of time, but now we've got the time and stuff to do it. We thought, well, let's get stuck in and show you guys what we're up to and what you guys are up to. So we put a thread out last Monday, so we've only had a couple of days to put them together. And what we've got so far is bloody brilliant. So James is going to take the reins in a second, and then if you got questions for James, post them in the chat, and I'll try and filter them through to him best I can. Obviously, we're going to try and we've got a lot of instructions to get through, and text and stuff. So yeah, so it's going to be fun. I'm super excited. I've already gone through some of them, not all of them. So there may be some surprises in there.
I haven't touched them at all.
No,
so
this will be completely new for James.
Yeah.
So they've been technically tested. Cool. So yeah, anything you want to add to that, James?
Not really. I mean, let the questions roll in.
Let the questions roll in. Cool. All right. So let's get into this. There we go. Let's pop that up there. Now, so let's take it away. This is, I think, Zero Gravitas. This is one of the first ones that appeared on the thread. Also, by the way, this is just Twitch, so YouTube and Mixer guys, please ignore. On Twitch, you've got commands are working again. We've plugged in Moobot, so you can hit up the commands if you want, or not, up to you. Cool. Do you want to grab that?
Yes.
Cool. So there you go.
Shift to take off, feather it for altitude. And then you just drive, I think?
Yep. Yeah. And then target some bad guys, and then rain death from above.
That sounds good. So
badass. There you go. Yeah, Moonbot is working. Nice. Thanks, Zero G. That was awesome. Zero Gravy. I prefer Zero Gravy, to be honest, Zero G.
I've not actually played with TerraTech before. So I've made quite a few planes, but hovers are still quite tough to set up.
Yeah. So also, I mean, maybe someone in chat can jump in, but boom. Hover isn't like hover and helicopter sort of stuff isn't technically part of the game. We've not built that in. You guys, the community, have literally just built. Oh, you found a bug and exploited it, and kind of let it go. I guess it's quite a new way to sort of show off some cool new text, I suppose, which is awesome. I think it's brilliant. And James will know more about what the bug is. It's called Hover Bug. Yeah.
I think it. So I actually haven't really played with it all that much, but I think it's something to do with sticking a wheel on top of a hover. So the wheel thinks you're on the ground because it's looking at a hover. Well, the hover plate thinks you're on the ground. So it's looking at a wheel, just a separate object. The rest of the text that can bounce around. So then that person says, "We're probably right. Where's this hover?" So because it thinks you're on the ground while you're in midair, you can do all sorts of weird things. Like I think this is why we can just sort of drive. Oh dear.
Can we just actually, sorry, just let them pause. Sorry guys, just 1 second. Just going to check the volumes. I know this can be quite loud. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, music is louder than fan. That should be now fixed. Zero G. But yeah, so we know that obviously hoverbug is a thing. We're not that ignorant towards it, and we are not going to fix it. What we're going to do, hopefully, in a new update, or when we get around to releasing a new corporation or something like that, is actually try and incorporate that into some cool stuff.
Yeah. Official hoverbug.
Yeah, official. Or it might not be. We may call it a hoverbug just for the sake of it, because I think that'd be pretty cool.
I've just realised that I've not been using this right. I've been tapping space thinking they're one-time rocket launchers, but they're actually the So yeah, I've been seriously underusing this. This is devastating.
This is absolutely brutal.
So yeah, you can just hold down space and all of these things just keep firing.
There you go.
That's pretty awesome.
Nice, sweet. Music. How's the sound now, guys? Is it all gone completely, or? Cool. Yeah. So those that also may not know, James. What's your surname? Flannery, aka James Flan of the Flan mod of Minecraft. Any questions about that?
No.
Feel free to pose them to James.
So for those who don't know, it was a mod that added sort of guns and vehicles and planes and like a sort of team deathmatch and stuff like that. So quite appropriate, really.
Yeah.
So adding vehicles and planes to Minecraft.
Cool. Well, there you go. So that's pretty much the OGs.
Yeah, I quite like this one.
What is Minecraft? Good question.
A little bit.
Let's try a different one.
Yeah.
Cool. Music
Do you want to
is fine. Music.
this one?
Cool.
L key.
Yeah, the next one down. Jump in.
Alright, and should we put these away?
Yeah.
Right. Wow, that's big.
We may even, if we want to use some enemies, we may need to reload the.
Oh yeah, no,
thing as well.
there's a few more. I can.
Okay, cool.
Where's that charging station?
James Flannery. Although, is that too much information? Maybe too TMI. Can we? I might edit
It's
that.
alright. It's already all over the
I suppose it is.
charge up. So this, wow, the focus seems to be this set of 4 insane cannons.
Get it
these-
charged up and see what happens.
Yeah, these look interesting.
I
This
think
doesn't
that's
look like it
explosive
can
bolt.
fly.
So if you want to go back to the
okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So yeah, so it's this one. No, it's not this one at all, is it?
No.
Oh well, this isn't very well organised at all, is it?
Yeah.
It should be higher up.
Oh, okay, they're supposed to be in order.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it that one? Or?
No. So there's 0 Gs, done 0
Yeah.
Gs.
No, it's got a massive yellow top. Anyway, I don't see it. I could just try and fiddle with
Let's
things.
just see what happens. Let's
Oh,
see.
there it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Press X to detach the parts. Control the ballistics controller at the back. It's the part with the jackhammer behind it. This thing. So this is the ballistics controller. Oh, so this separates and it becomes like a turret. That's why it's got all these sort of what do you call them? Fans to move it around. Yeah. Okay. Let's
do it.
Give it a go. So I think we're nearly charged up now.
Instructions. Just press X. Is the instructions according to zero gravitas.
Let's go and focus on that one. So I guess I roll up to the battle and then press X when I'm there.
That's it.
Alright, so X.
Yeah, 0G. This was one of the save files that was put on the forum. It just has a bigger charging thing that was added.
So
just
if I
making more sense.
This one.
OMG, is that James from Flans mod? Yeah, it is James. Jamie.
Is it this one? Yes, this is this one. So we've got like this little wheelbase at the bottom, and then this sort of goes up and down on a hinge here. So if I can I go up and down? Yeah, I can. So
Wow.
that didn't do anything. Oh, right. Space just activates that jackhammer. Ah, so I need to line it up and then go to this one and fire.
So you line it up. Okay. Wow.
So yeah, it's almost like you need multiple people to run this tech. You've got to have, it's like a real tank. You've got to have the driver at the bottom, the spotter, the one who lines up the barrel, and the person loading it and firing it. What is that? I think it's actually.
That's an AI.
I might get killed by that because it's too small. I can't turn it.
Amazing. David and Goliath. Here we go.
Yeah. So I think it must be getting stuck on something.
I'm getting some questions in.
Oh, jackhammer. That helps move it. I like this.
Oh, does it?
So when it gets stuck, you just start slamming the
jackhammer
jackhammer. It just shakes things around a bit and then loosens it up. I think that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, sure. Press space to engage the brakes on the gun to keep it from moving. The controller is designed to adjust its position so it's okay if it moves to the right. It can work while travelling, but on harsh terrain it's recommended to use the brackets provided. That's amazing.
These are the brackets. Oh, so you can lock it into place
Yeah.
by putting a bracket in. Alright, I think I'm locked on, so I become that one. And
Boom.
That's a pretty awesome tech.
That is awesome. Good work.
And of course, if you got all the side rocket launchers and everything, just in case that is not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Are we moving on to the next one? Or?
Let's do it, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of what's going in the chat.
Should I reload? I've killed lots of things. Probably.
We need more things to kill, don't we?
Yeah.
Is he going to have the big charger at the back, though? I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. Just trying to check.
A little bit. No, I didn't get it.
So, was that on a snapshot? Or?
No, that was in a save, so
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we set X out.
Fresh save?
There you go.
Cool. That is very handy, having that charger.
There you go. Jamie may also be jumping into the stream at some point as well, because he loves a good community call.
So, MD173 Leonis?
The limited blocks are really annoying on Xbox. Yeah, so that's a big thing that we know about. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Block allowance on console. So there isn't, obviously you'll see there isn't a block allowance on this version because we're on the PC. So what block allowance is, which is exactly what it sounds like. You have a limited amount of blocks that you can have at any one time. That does increase as you level up. So as you level up your corporations. Do we know what we're doing with this one?
Well, so it says too many instructions for how to work it. Just watch this video.
We haven't got time for that.
No,
We're going to have to figure it out.
So we'll just press some buttons and see what happens.
Best way of doing it.
So I think I've charged.
Yeah, so block allowance, basically on console, we have to have a block allowance. Otherwise, if you were to build infinitely and build as many blocks as you can, essentially the game wouldn't like it, and the game would end up, you'd either have really bad frame rates or really bad lag, things like that. Things that we don't want to happen with the game. So block allowance is there for a good reason. On console. There's also some certification things that we needed to pass through Xbox and PlayStation as well that we had to do to get it released. So there's no sort of way around that really. This looks awesome, by the way. I like the design.
I'm thinking it's some sort of dropship with what looks like a hook to pick things up.
Okay.
I think might have seen a video of this one, but I don't think I've got anything to pick up, so I can try and hook some random things. Let's have a go. Let's see what happens if I press shift.
Whoa!
That's quite fast.
That was awesome. Is this another hover bug?
I don't know. There's
Feels like it.
probably some hovers in there.
Cool. So yeah, sorry, just to clarify the block limit or the block allowance, we are looking at, and we're in the process of increasing that, the block allowance on console, so it's less noticeable. Also, there's other cool things as well, like the I can never bloody remember what it's called, where you snap between texts.
Oh, hot swapping.
Hot swapping. Hot swapping, which is going to be super cool and super efficient, a more efficient way of switching between texts, so you don't have to have 3 or 4 different ones at any one time. That should make your block allowance less noticeable as well. So there's cool things like that we're looking at.
Right. I've got an idea. I think I might be able to snag that. So if I press X, then I've got this angry thing. Nope. I see the theory. It's just a bit hard to pull off.
What happens if you fire?
If I fire, it's actually quite unarmed.
So what are those drop things then? These big things on the side. They just a load of...
Oh, these things. These are just like...
a load of batteries and...
Batteries, shields, and a ton of propellers. So that's what's giving it all the lift. Yeah.
I suppose it needs it. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not sure I can catch anything with this. It's also gone a bit loose.
Any plans to separate block rotation and block nudging to separate commands? It's currently so tedious to line up huge blocks for placement.
This has been discussed.
This has been discussed.
We're trying to think of a good solution to it because on console you haven't got that many buttons. So every button we add, we have to think very carefully about whether we can afford it. I've messed this tech up. But yeah, we have to be very careful now that we support console and controllers that we don't sort of use too many buttons. We've got quite limited sort of capacity for what we can do.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not sure I'm not going to get anything with this.
So that's the trouble with being in R&D, I suppose.
I suppose I could make something very quickly. I don't know how much time you have per tech.
Give it a go. I'll try and keep chat entertained. Will the AI for defend and follow be improved because it doesn't follow you when you move? So do you know where we're up to with AI?
It's on the roadmap. It's definitely something we want to improve. We know that it's bad and it needs work. So it's something we want to do. I'm not sure we're doing it just yet because we've got other more important things to do. I'm not actually sure what I can say about what's happening.
Let's leave it there. It is something that we're working on. AI is, it's
everyone's very keen to get it fixed as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what size I need for this thing. Probably go with one of these. But that might work. Let's rebuild that.
I'm just sort of trying to catch up with chat. Are you going to level up the license? Because once you get all, it's easy to finish and changed game. And we could attach our base to make our only one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So you can, there's clearly hover bug going on because you can just build beam in midair.
Mm-hmm.
It does mean I can rotate. I need to get away from these enemies so I can spawn a new one without a broken hook.
Thanks, Moobot. Always jumping in it at the right time. Yeah, we also we have a blog post on our blog that sort of outlines what we're going to be doing in the next sort of short, medium, and long term of TerraTech. If you want to check that out, if someone wants to try and post that into chat, that'd be really helpful.
Release the thing. Oh,
so close.
Oh, I think that's the idea anyway.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you could pick up like a supply drop and hand it off to you got a mission say.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go and drop some supplies off, and that's pretty cool.
I love it. Cool.
Yeah.
Next tech.
Right, just crash this one. Ooh.
Oh dear, Moobot. Moobot's being a bit ruthless there. I'm really sorry, Zero G, because
No, I can't.
that was Moobot. I may need to disable it because it's being a bit ruthless. Oh, okay, no links allowed. Yeah, okay, I'll need to set up that. If you wait, we'll link it at the end of the chat.
Do you want to do something?
Yeah, let's do it. So let's see what we've got. What's the next one? We've had that one. Have we had New Moon? Let's do New Moon.
Is that literally a moon?
We'll find out. Instructions say activate the explosive. No, that's the other one. Perfectly balanced hover bug airship. Perfectly balanced. You say it says perfectly balanced in the description. I don't think. I for some reason think that it's not going to be perfectly balanced. Ready? So we're fully charged. Yeah, everything's good to go. Okay, yeah, that doesn't work at all.
Oh wow.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah. I would not want to see that coming.
Yeah.
It looks like something out of Star Wars. It's
yeah.
like it just doesn't follow any sort of sensible design. It's just a moon. It's just like a crescent thing
with some guns.
Yeah,
rockets.
I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It actually flies quite well. I'm probably going a bit too far. Whoa! Whoops. Building. Woo!
Quacky Ducky says it looks like it's perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced.
Oh, maybe the pilot's just. Not so
I would. I
experienced.
mean, yeah. Blame the pilot. Can I can't even go up now. There we go.
Okay. Oh, that's really cool. So you sort of pitch up.
Yeah,
and
you
down.
do. Yeah, you. Although.
Oh, it must run out of fuel at some point.
That's what's happening.
Ooh. If you tilt all the way back, you'll become like a sort of spaceship heading straight up.
Whee! Yeah, it's a bit of a hover bug playing there, Astro.
So, someone says, are you guys happy with the possibilities of the experimental parts which are meant for hinges and sorts? Do you want to do more things? So the problem with these sort of experimental blocks and why they're all still experimental is because Unity physics is quite difficult sometimes.
That's a diplomatic way of putting it.
So you put two hinge techs together, and suddenly, like a slight knock to one of them will knock it out of place, and it will start sort of twisting around.
Oh, you can break.
Yeah, it's quite hard to like actually solve that using the inbuilt Unity physics, and we don't have to write our own like entire set of physics.
We're not that good.
Yeah. Well, you'd rather that takes a lot of time, so I'm sure you'd much rather we'd make new blocks and features.
Yeah.
We are always looking to do like more interesting blocks, if that's what you're asking. So I think there might be some more EXP blocks coming soon, a couple of guns and things. But I think the team's all quite interested in like having more creative blocks, where it's like you can having a hinge allows you to make a lot more interesting designs. So yeah, we're all keen on making that sort of stuff.
Right, let's find. Here we go. It's so big. I can't even. There we go. Fenrir. So this is Quackduck's design. Let's switch back to this. Bit of a beast, as you can see. Oh, we don't want to do that.
So far, you've used experimental parts for hinges, and as long as you don't enter build mode, it does quite good. Oh, so if you enter build beam, suddenly you've got two techs, and one of them's trying to raise off the ground, the other one's being dragged along, and I don't think they're particularly happy about that. Especially if you have your tech that's fallen over, and it's going to try and flip itself up, and the other piece of the hinge is going to not. It moves too fast, so it's going to ping off or break in some way. So yeah, multi-techs are a problem, and I think always will be, because it's just how physics works.
Cool.
So what have I been working on this week?
Good question.
I have been doing fairly uninteresting, from your perspective, sort of refactoring. So there's a lot of bugs. Should I say that? Should I say there are bugs? We don't admit to that. No.
No, I mean we are literally playing with bugs in order to make awesome tech. Let's anchor.
So
Can I anchor?
some of the networking stuff is a bit. It's not quite as good as we'd like. It needs to be cleaner. There's some.
Put my stuff on.
Some things we need to patch up. So we're taking a moment while we've just released and before we start doing new stuff. I say that there are some team members working on new things, but
Yeah,
we're also.
I can't anchor.
You can't unanchor. That's really weird.
What have you made?
But I've been working on refactoring. Some of the other team members have been working on new features. No.
It's in the lexicon of TerraTech stream now.
Yeah. Specifically, network bugs. Whoa! And network bugs are something we need to fix before we move on to exciting things that are in the roadmap, like co-op, creative at first. So yeah, we need to make sure we take some time to check out all the bugs and sort of make sure everything's in a good state before we move on to that thing. That sort of multiplayer stuff. So I'm working on that. There are other team members working on features, and I'll probably be on features soon after that's done.
We can't unanchor. Why can't I unanchor it? Does
Does
anyone in chat know why we can't unanchor this? Chat, can you help us be good at our game, please?
That's basically it. Zero gravitas. Refactoring is taking some code that's sort of it's often with time constraints that do it, but it's been written in a way that sort of it gets the job done, but could be better. So sticky keys. So we take a bit longer and
yeah. Where are the anchors? I don't even know where they are. They're just right
on
there.
the feet.
This is
various bits falling out.
Yeah. It's gonna ruin everything.
We've got a request for the voice volume to be raised.
James, speak up. No. That's the request. the mic is as loud as it will go.
Fair enough then. Sorry, sorry, I'm being a bit quiet then. I'll probably lean in as well. So is that working now?
Nope.
No.
Right. Go away. Ease of access. Quack Duck, your tech doesn't work.
So the instructions are very floaty. Apparently, it doesn't seems quite the
Yeah.
Lightly press shift to go up. WS and D to move. Double tap B very quickly if you're going up too fast. Oh, what if you press B?
It brings up a build beam.
Well, yeah, but it should try and push itself up, but it's not. It's very weird.
What if we get X? There's no explosive bolts either. Okay. Well, maybe we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, don't really know what to do with that. Because it's clearly not anchored anymore.
No. I don't even think that's a bug. I just don't think we've got enough time to look into what's going on. We don't have buggy installation, no such thing.
As a suggestion of reload the save.
Yeah, okay, let's just get that going.
Buggy installation.
There aren't lots of bugs. There are some that are present. But like that's any game.
Somebody's asking why are we streaming when the Americans are at school? Well, unfortunately we're in the UK. So
unfortunately, I mean awesomely we're in the UK.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. From the American school students' perspective, unfortunately we are in the UK, so we have to do it during working hours, and that's not the best for you. You can always watch the streams later. They're all on YouTube. You can catch up
like a pro.
Yeah.
It's like you've done this before. Right.
I mean, I'm being quoted again.
It doesn't want to unanchor.
Yeah.
Go away.
We should use normal and not developer edition. I think this is normal. This is just on the Steam branch, isn't it? Like this
isn't.
This isn't like a dev version, I don't think.
Nope.
No.
So I don't think it's even unstable. Should I be in unstable? Quack Duck, if you're in chat, can you? If it's should we be unstable? If not, we may need to move on to a different tech. While we wait, we will.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Now I know this is just going to be crazy.
Oh dear.
It's pretty big. I need to move. I can't. There's no.
Have you? Yeah, become that one. Just get rid of the Fenrir. Someone give me a 1 to 3 sentence synopsis of what we are watching.
A 1 sentence synopsis.
1 to 3.
A 1 to 3 sentence synopsis. Oh, this is going to take forever. You are watching TerraTech. So I'm Matt, the community manager here at Payload Studios, and we've got James, who is our programmer, and we are streaming the community call where we basically show off all of the awesome community-built techs that were submitted to our forum. That was on Monday. So we're kind of going through them all now, trying to show them off as best we can.
We've just hit 4 sentences.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But that's roughly what we're doing.
Right, here we go. Are we ready to see the? Now we're running a 1080, right? A 1080, a GTX 1080. So, and we're streaming.
Oh dear.
Here we go.
Oh dear.
That is mental. I mean.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't get more on there.
I think is that the max? I feel like that might be the max.
64 blocks is the maximum. No, I think that is about half the maximum size. But if we can't run that, then
I mean this is a pretty high end, high spec thing. So this is. What was it called? It was called. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find the instructions for this behemoth. It's Yeah.
It's quite nice that we've only got about sort of 5 or 6 buttons you can press, so we can figure most of them out.
Yeah.
I think functional groups are on the roadmap at some point, so assigning like certain guns or certain what do we call it? It's the separators, explosive bolts. You can sort of assign those to separate keys.
Okay.
That's on the roadmap. That's quite far off though, but that's something we would like to have.
Absolutely. Cool. So I'm gonna hit fire. If the stream goes down, if the world explodes, it's because we've tried to do something with this ridiculous tech. Yeah, that's pretty mental. It's about as explosive as I imagined it would be.
Yeah.
Pretty high end.
I feel we should have been looking at that. Well, there's nothing there now, right? Yeah, there's a few blocks on the floor.
Have we got an explosive bolt? No.
Yeah,
we do. Yeah.
Oh, we got turrets on top. I think they're AI turrets, so they should like turn themselves and shoot at stuff. Although you've killed everything now.
Right. That's. Okay, yeah, it's dismantling itself.
Yeah.
It can't control itself. I'm going to reload because this is just going to take too long.
Why is there a maximum in size and not block amount? I don't actually know that one.
What was the question, sorry?
So why is there a maximum block size of a tech rather than a block amount? So you can build anything up to 64 by 64 by 64, but you can't build. Like you could fill that with blocks, but you can't build all those blocks in a single line and have just one really long tech. Now I think I'm going to say physics, but I don't know for sure.
There has to be, there has to be an endpoint. Otherwise,
and also like the world moves with you, so you can't quite see it from where you are, but there's sort of you get about sort of 500 units away from you. Like you can only see so far, and all the tiles beyond that they unload. So that bit of the world that's quite far away, it's not actually simulating because that would be too much effort. So if you can make the text as long as you want, you could start sort of stretching like wider than the currently loaded world, and then bad things will start happening. So it's good to keep a sort of restraint on it, just for our sake, for debugging and avoiding all those horrible glitches.
Cool. So this is Crimson Hawk Moth version 2 by Rooster on the forum. It's like a hoverbug sort of
gunship.
Gunship, I suppose. Yeah. We can turn and fire and do all cool stuff.
I think it's got sort of tail guns as well, in case you.
Dogfight.
Someone's up coming up behind you.
It's pretty sluggish to control. I think like all hoverbug techs, it's pretty sluggish to respond. Although this is probably the easiest I've seen so far. It's a lot more responsive.
It looks quite nippy, yeah.
It is quite nippy. Yeah. Cool. No, that looks awesome. Let's see how it fares against some bad guys. Let's go up. Get him. Yeah, easy. So lots of firepower.
That's what you always want, right?
Exactly.
Any chance you would review text with a 5k block limit for PS4 users? That would be an interesting one. So we get the for the next community call or a community call, we say you have to keep your blocks. Although we don't have the block limiter on PC, so it's quite hard to sort of tell how much you're using.
What we'd have to do is try and figure out a way of doing it on. I tried this one out earlier. Sorry, just to sidetrack slightly.
So, I mean, we can turn on the block limiter ourselves because we can use dev build. We could, like, if we really wanted to do this, we could do like a branch that people could access, like Unstable, but like you can just have the block limit on. So it would only be for this like community call. But then we could showcase some text that fit within the block limit. Although text that fit exactly within the block limit aren't possibly like the best things to play with on console, because you don't want to use all of your blocks in one tech. Or actually, maybe you do. That'd be quite fun if you had like your entire tech was one mobile base or something. So your focus is having one tech for everything. So that could be quite cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, we need to look at that because.
Sorry.
That's fine. You can have them if you want.
Yeah. Also, just I think it's quite difficult because of the way the consoles work. It's quite hard to share files that are on their file system, but we'd love to have like tech sharing on consoles as well.
Yeah. Cool. Yes, Xanthriel. Whose design is this? I tried this one out earlier, and I was shocked, to say the least.
It looks like it's entirely made out of propellers, so it's probably going to go quite fast.
Requires at least 100 foot of runway. Yeah. Ready?
Okay.
Are we ready? Guys, we ready? Let's go.
Oh, it's dragging itself along the floor.
Yeah, but it's one of the quickest and most agile I've seen. It turns on a sixpence in the air.
We're going 190 miles an hour?
Whee!
I think that's quite fast.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Can we talk about what we're going to do with our units? Or what we're thinking about doing with our units?
You'll have to tell them about that, because I don't know. I have not heard this.
We were not talked about yesterday.
Sorry,
oh, no. Okay, yeah, cool. So we are in the process. Again, this is just some insight. I don't know how far into this process we are, but we're looking at. Obviously, as you can see, we're in miles per hour and feet, which is imperial. What we're going to look, but then some of the other metrics are in other sort of units are in metrics, right? Which is a bit inconsistent. So what we're looking at and possibly doing is implementing our own. Now again, don't quote me on this. Where's the ground? Where's the ground? There he is. Is doing our own units, our own sort of arbitrary.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got the things on the radar, which are just arbitrary coordinates.
Yeah.
Those don't really.
Am I upside down?
Yeah.
I thought you'd gone upside down by accident.
I think you'd know because the controls would be inverted.
Yeah, I think they are. Right, let's try again.
It's very cool how flat it is.
Oh, okay.
Is it 2 blocks thick?
It's very
it's like a pancake tech.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think helps with its manoeuvrability. It's not overburdened.
It's interesting though because you haven't got any vertical sort of tail fins.
No.
So how it's doing? Oh, it's just rolling. So it
Yeah.
doesn't actually need those.
Cool. Good tech.
Yeah.
I like this one. Yeah, well, like we said, Zero G, we're going to try our own version. Again, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Anyway, put a pause. Cool, yeah, that was a cool little tech. I need some.
That's a fun fact. It's called, the name is Adventure 191 Mark 6 because it has a top speed of 191 miles an hour.
I can't actually control it very well. I said all that time. How good it was.
Although you can go faster if you're going down, I guess.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Let's go back to the base and then try some more. We've got a little bit. We've still got 20 minutes though. Yeah.
So I guess one thing we could do is have a tick box in the options, just say imperial or metric.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And again, that is something that we're looking at.
Yeah, I think you're about to explode.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. What haven't we tried? Done that.
Apparently we should be using the button on the bottom left. The low tech. Yeah, I think that one's only available in creative, but it swaps your current tech rather than placing a tech and then.
Guys, this is all good information.
I mean, we should know really.
That's what we get. That's what we've got an awesome community for.
I'm new. Still learning.
Kana DX, could you read that out for me there, please, James?
Could you guys let me know what you think of the mechanical design of Tiny Cleaner used the experimental parts for hinge and 90-degree rotor. Haven't really seen many crafts on workshop yet using experimental parts for hinges and sorts besides a few dump trucks. I assume Tiny Cleaner is a person who's made a tech on the workshop. So they've been using hinges and rotors, but I think there generally aren't that many experimental techs on the workshop. I guess, I don't know, it's just people aren't making them. I don't know why. They are a bit difficult. Oh, that's why you can't really make them as a snapshot because they're like the multi-block ones. They require like 2 different parts. One tech is the bottom, one tech is the top, and you can't really put the 2 snapshots into the world and then connect them. So I think that's why we're not seeing that many of them in the workshop. Steam sort of workshop sharing of saves is something we're trying to do. So that's actually quite that's happening quite soon. So you'll be able to share a world, so an R&D campaign.
Yeah, it works.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it works. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So you can share a save rather than just a snapshot of a single tech. So then you can have two techs that are sort of interlocked with the experimental hinges and stuff. That'll be quite nice, I suppose, for sharing that sort of thing.
Cool tech. Thanks, Anthriel. That's
so what happened to the base piece? Is that like still?
Who cares? This is we're fine, guys.
Like, is it like a tank?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, we can switch back to it if I could. Where did I put it? We can slide back into it. Cool.
Oh yeah, Kana says you can use explosive bolts, which works. Yeah, so you can sort of set up your tech so they're all interlocked with the two pieces connected with bolts, and you press X to start.
I'll break it. I'll break it. Cool. Let's find the. No, I don't want to take a snapshot. Oh, I died.
Is there a way to remove saved text? Depends if you're on console, but on PC you can just delete them. They're in fact, Void Noir has pointed out the folder. It's in your document somewhere. You can just remove that. They're just PNG files, so you can remove them. You can also, if you want to share them, you can get them from there.
Question. How can the game know what a tech looks like just based on a PNG file?
So that's an interesting question. The PNG file. So you will, if you look at it really carefully, you will notice, like more carefully than is really possible. You will notice that the colours of some of the pixels are slightly off compared to an actual if you press print screen on your keyboard, the image you get from that is slightly different, because what we've done is we've taken of each pixel on the snapshot, you take a very small bit of detail at the end of each colour. So each pixel is represented by sort of four numbers, and you can take and you've got millions of colours available. So if we say actually you've got only hundreds of thousands of colours, and we take the last digit of that number, we can then sort of we can sneak some data in there. So it's just it's that tiny little tweak in the colour that you'll barely notice, and that sort of series of ones and zeros forms a snapshot, which you can load into the game and gives you your tech.
That's very clever. Whoever came up with that is. Ooh. And is that something that a lot of different games do, or is it quite unique to us?
I've not heard of it happen before. It's a very cool feature. So I think it comes originally from a research paper by someone very clever. And we've implemented it in our game. It probably appears in some other games. It's a very handy feature, but yes, Void Noir says stenographically encoded.
That's the thing.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Yes. But yes, it is that thing. Stenographic encoding.
Could you do that in Plan mod?
I'm not sure how useful it would be. You could do. You could do it in Minecraft, definitely.
There you go. Let's try this one.
Apparently Spore might also use the same thing.
Oh, he came back. Bless him. So yeah,
it follows you. Yeah. So I mean, if we had reattaching explosive bolts, you could land on it again, which would be awesome.
Oh, they're both there. They're both just hanging out. Oh,
they're just going to follow you forever now. I like the green and red lights.
That's cool.
How did you do that?
No, you know that. You know how they do.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. So this is a better representation, I'd say, of the hoverbar glitch. It looks it's like a helicopter.
It's got hovers in it.
Yeah, we're hovering, but we're going up when I hit shift.
Yeah.
And then
but if you press B, does it build beam? Oh, it does. Okay, yeah.
That's when you know.
Sorry.
There we go. Is your tech name Yaf Console Mark 1? Is there a tech? No, I don't know. Let's find out.
Oh my god! So somebody has just suggested that we tweak the output of the game so it's always got all the text currently on screen in the video output. So if you just take a snapshot of our screen, so like you take a snapshot of the stream, you get all the text currently in that world, which would be amazing, but it can't really work because you could maybe have that feature with screenshots, but anything video, there's a lot of compression. It goes like through our compression on our end, and it goes through YouTube or Twitch or Mixer, and they will compress it. And so through all those layers of compression, all that data will get scrambled. So it's a nice idea. It's a really nice idea, but unfortunately, it's not going to work.
Yeah, they do look great. The lights. Tell you what's really good is actually having someone here that knows what they're talking about as well, and not just like me and Zeta just having a laugh. Right, what else have we got? We've got 10 minutes left, probably. What more?
We've seen that one.
We haven't seen this one yet.
Rotating camera.
So this is, I think this is what you were talking about one of these earlier. I think I tried this out. So you got an explosive bolt. When you activate, it will drop down and act like a turret, I believe. Let me try and find the description. 1 second.
It looks quite exposed, that one. I'm wondering if that's just going to fall off, but I might be surprised.
I think it did. When I tried it out. Here's a multi-state with rotating battleship cannon. Activate the explosive bolt, then place an avalanche launcher in the hole.
On top of the shield and healing bubble. So shield, so it should be somewhere on there, I think.
Or do we need to just add another?
Is it on the front? No, okay, we'll have to add it.
Okay, you need to sort me through
weapons, and I think it's venture. Is it the Gadam one? No, it's cluster missile. Avalanche launcher, that'll do. So it goes in that little slot there.
In there?
I'd probably say on the bottom. So if you zoom in a bit.
Oh, too far. In there, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, that's probably right. It seemed to fit quite nicely there. Let's hope it's right. It's staying on, so that's good.
Yeah. Activate this bolt.
I guess we need to find an enemy.
On top of the shield and healing bubble.
Yeah, I think that was.
Okay, cool. Do we need the shield and healing bubble to be active? Because we need to find the triangle port.
I don't even want defense. No, I think we've built it and it's working.
Cool.
We just need an enemy, and then it will lock on.
Right, let's try and find an enemy. Am I going the wrong way?
I don't know the R&D chamber that well. I think it's off to the right.
Maybe I should have.
Maybe someone else can point us in the right direction.
I'm reluctant to. I'm really desperate to press space, but I know that.
I think I would just shoot straight ahead. The thing is, once you've got an enemy to lock onto, it will start. That little avalanche turret will turn, and it will turn so it's like a shell on top of it. It will turn with it, I think.
It's not got any AI models though in it.
There's an AI on the top on the turret.
Oh, okay.
Although, I don't think that's got any. I think it's just because your little tiny turret turns. That's going to do things.
Got you.
There's a lot of technical chat at the moment about lossless compression, so I'm probably going to ignore that and let Sam sort of.
Yeah, Sam, you deal with that.
Respond to that. Time for a code off to decide who's the best new talent. I don't really know how
code off. How would that even work?
I don't know.
Who writes the best looking code?
I mean, maybe. It's a bit.
And again, that's an arbitrary.
Subjective,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, we're charged. Let's see what we do against some bad guys. Come here, bad guys. Did I destroy them all? There's none left.
That cube you can destroy.
Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah. So
if you sort of go up beside it, and then the turret should turn. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's clever. Nice. Oh, so the avalanche thing keeps it fixed in place.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
It seems to be looking the wrong way now.
Go that way.
Did we put it in back to front?
I think so. I mean, I think it's cool that we've got our own AI manned tank thing. That's awesome. I love that. Cool. That's one of my favourites. Let's load into another one then while we've got time. On the moon, let's do this big old tank looking thing.
I've got someone asking if there will be an anchor block that links two techs together. That's quite complicated to implement. It's something I think it's definitely been mentioned. I'm not sure where it fits on the roadmap, but it definitely opens up like a lot of interesting options. Sort of like a reusable explosive bolt in a way.
I can't find the instructions for this one. I'm guessing it's just a tank. Oh wait, hang on, it's a twin missile launcher. No instructions with this, so let's just.
We don't see a lot of GSO when it comes to like these sort of.
It doesn't
really extravagant techs.
Yeah.
Is it anchored?
Thanks, James.
Yeah. What would you do without me?
Who's firing at you? Take this, but don't do anything.
Oh, Astra points out that there's a bug with that last tank. So they point the wrong way after they've lost their target. Somebody is asking about water. Yep, that's a fairly common thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone want to give a?
Well, Sam has mentioned, yeah, it's not an immediate priority.
Moobot did it. Well done, Moobot.
Oh yeah. Well,
what happens if if we charge up? Is there anything to charge up?
It's charging
Stop
something. So
moving.
There's payload terminals on the front.
Why?
It's just. I think that somebody's using payload terminals as a decorative block. So nice.
Well, for some reason he's moving forward. I'm not.
Yeah.
Hands are off. Not doing anything.
I don't know what's going on.
Well, let's see if we've got any explosive bolts. We do. Oh, nothing happened. We needed more. We needed more instructions with this one. This is from JKJ.
What happens if you press space?
GKG.
Does it do anything?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Okay. Well, it looks cool.
It's very keen to go forwards.
I think that pretty much. Let's try this one. Whoa.
Somebody says water is complicated, and if it arrives in the next 2 years, they will eat their techs. That's a bit difficult, given that they are digital. But I'd love to see you try. I guess you can build a tech that eats other techs. That'd be quite fun to watch.
This guy's pretty cool. Whoa! He just drops the.
I assume if we unanchor, that's going to go flying into the air.
Is it?
It's got gyroscopes. It's got hovers on the bottom. I think.
Do you think we should?
Yeah,
I'm not even going to find the instructions.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
go.
Whoa! Hey! And I can't. Can I control it? Nearly, sort of.
Maybe we should have looked at the instructions.
Alright, backseat driver.
Oh, Sam is suggesting that we 3D print a tech and then eat it. That sandstone is not good for you. Do not do that.
No. It's listing. Yeah, he's gone. Cool. So that was a cool little one.
We're just sort of skimming through the last chapters.
Yeah, pretty much. We've got 5 minutes left. Should start wrapping things up shortly. I think that's all of them. Have we done this guy? Cannonball. Oh, we haven't done this one.
He's got a little bobble tail. It's like a rabbit. Is it not going?
I'm not even anchored this time.
Is that zoom? What's going on?
Am I stuck on something?
That looks just like a north. I don't know why that's not moving.
Is it?
Oh, it's an AI cab.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. You're not in control. If you put like a GSO.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see. Is that just a?
Maybe it's just meant to be a little friendly tech.
Okay. I didn't even see a description for this one.
Oh my god, you did not even read one instruction. Yeah, we're sorry. We're just trying to get through the last few in our time limit.
Okay.
Use the load feature. An AI-only tech that acts like your own pet tech. So it just follows you around.
Okay.
Looks cute, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What we could do is add in an explosive bolt to this thing, so you could have
a sort of parent tech and
let's try that. I'm going to load in just.
Oh, somebody says press X, but
has it got an explosive bolt? No explosive bolt.
So if you
unanchor, yeah. Come on, little guy.
That's not fair. You're flying.
Oh, that's true. Well, if I land, will he come after me?
Don't know. If you right click on him, I think he's in idle mode. No, yeah, follow.
Here he comes. Oh, that's cute. Well done, Cannonball. I like that. Cool. Right. Any more? Any more for any more? Don't want inventory. Want text. Have we seen? Yeah, we.
Oh, we started.
You've done this.
I went from the top of the list, and then we've been jumping around a bit.
Cool. Okay.
Is there anybody in the studio who can do these showcases
All
properly?
right.
Harsh.
Do you want to do it? Well, we got there eventually. Cool.
Perhaps that's something to sort of consider, like having a better way to share instructions with text.
Yeah.
For,
We do ask that the instructions are quite brief and try not to overcomplicate things because
yeah, we need to just.
you know them better than we do. Yeah, we need to sort of we are playing just the regular released version. This is just the 1.0 or 1.0, whatever we're on stable on the console. Yeah, cool. Right, let's do. What's time gone? 58. 2 minutes. I'm gonna go back to here. There we go. We're back. Hey guys.
Hello.
I'm also going to test.
Are we releasing R&D pack on PS4? I don't think we are.
No, yeah, no plans to do that just yet.
I think there's a problem with that because the blocks are quite experimental and they can break the game, and there's a slightly higher sort of quality requirement from the PlayStation or from Microsoft and Sony. They don't want us just sort of to throw stuff out there. So because R&D is like our testing ground, we want to just throw things in there and let you have a go. But we can't do that on console quite so easily because they're just a bit stricter about it. So unfortunately, I don't think we can do that.
Yeah, for what James said there. Would be awesome if we could, and we'd love to. Yeah, but unfortunately, sometimes our hands are tied by things that are out of our control, which is a shame. That's all, yeah, guys. That's everything that we had this week. When this stream's finished, I'm going to post a new thread on the forum. If someone wants to hit that up in the chat, let's see if that should work. Because all not in caps. You'll find a new thread in there in a very quick second once we've wrapped up. It'll have all the new submissions. You can, if you want to submit any tech, put your instructions. Everything will be in there, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Are we doing any themed ones, or is it just
might do
everything?
I might do a theme. We might try and thematize it a little bit. But yeah.
But we love seeing all the text, right?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. I mean, yeah. The more the merrier. The better. The more the better. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll get stuck in. All right, guys.
Cool.
Any last requests? Any last questions before we go?
Somebody's asking about a flat map without the R&D stuff, so without all the sort of block spawners and text.
Again, it's
I mean, you can just drive like 100 blocks that way, and it should be quite clear. So if you need a clear space to do some work in R&D, you can just drive away. I don't think there's anything away from spawn.
Cool.
Dynamo generator, it's on the list somewhere. I'm pretty sure that's being considered.
Yeah. Hey, boom, kaboom! You're a bit late to the stream, there, buddy.
You can watch it later on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll put the restream up on YouTube. Cool. Greg does still exist, and his hat. Cool. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks again. That was so much fun. Really happy that Comcore's back. We'll do it again next week. So yeah. Who's guest starring on next show? Good question. Whoever's available. So it may be Jason. Jason's expressed an interest. I might pull Jason in, and we could talk about some cool art stuff. So my tech will be shown on the next Comcore. Galrix, did you submit a tech to the forum? If you did, we may have missed it. If not, I'll put it in next week's Comcore. Cool. All right. Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. Thanks very much, guys. We'll put things again on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube chat, guys. I'm sort of slightly neglecting you guys. We'll put a link to where you can submit your texts as well. Cool. Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.